The UFC's biggest star, Conor McGregor, has said that despite everything, he's ready to return in April. Looking huge in the new pictures from training, Conor delighted the fans with his promised homecoming. The return to the old mentality and training sessions, injury treatment, potential matchups, and the mental pain he feels due to the competition deficit are topics that we'll cover together. Conor's dedication will hunt down the rankings and climb to the throne once again, and knowing him, nothing will stop him. We're bringing you hot news, and 2024 could very well be the year of the Notorious Irishman. So get comfortable for today's video. Conor McGregor's comeback mentality. I would have loved it earlier, but if I'm being honest and realistic, for my fans, I want to put in a good run, build myself back, and that's it. It's like April mixed martial arts. There are a lot of questions and even more doubts floating around the internet about Conor's comeback mentality. But McGregor wouldn't be him if he didn't want to convince people otherwise for the upteenth time. The constant going back and forth from retirement, promising dates, and calling out various opponents have frustrated many of his fans. Still, a lot of it looks like a solid preparation for a potentially legendary continuation of his career. Say what you will about him, but there isn't a man alive who doesn't want to see him on the press in an expensive suit and sweaty in the octagon. However, the return must have preconditions, which in Conor's case is the return of the old mentality. However, Conor can still be considered one of the strongest minds in MMA, as evidenced by his successes and results. Given that he's 35, the option to shine in the following years are by no means excluded, especially when so many people want to see him. Watching fellow fighters take advantage of their opportunities in the cage in front of massive crowds every weekend must have hurt, and it certainly left a mental toll. However, when you're a relentless fighter like Conor, you can always awaken your hunger, and people know how dangerous McGregor is when he's hungry for anything. As he said, returning to his old lifestyle is inevitable and mandatory. More time sweating in the gym and less on the yacht with a bottle of proper 12. Cutting back on alcohol, tweaking his diet, and getting out of his silk pajamas for a pre-sunrise jog is something Conor will have to aim for if he's to wow those eagerly awaiting him. Cocky in prediction, confident in preparation, and always humble in victory and defeat is the version of Notorious the fans want. Regardless of the luxurious life, he has been through a lot, and now it's up to him to show everyone how strong he is. I must return to my way of living. This is my job. It's beyond frustrating. I just want the date. Give me the date, please. That's it, McGregor told TNT Sports Box Office. Overcoming injury and getting back to training. Conor's inactivity, however, has nothing to do with a lack of desire to compete, but a return from a nasty injury. In the first round of the second fight against Dustin Poirier, the Irishman sustained fractured to his left tibia and fibula when he hit Dustin's elbow. McGregor's leg was crippled, but that didn't stop him from calling out Dustin as he left the ring, showing that they had to kill him to keep him quiet. The injury kept him out of action for a long time, but the inability to train was even more painful. No doubt this has had a vengeful effect on Conor, who has been anxiously planning his comeback for 2 years. It took a long time, but that's exactly what happened, and Conor's plan will soon see the light of day. With all the quality and necessary care, McGregor overcame his nasty injury with a dose of patience. Conor, being Conor, was soon back in the gym training as much as his leg would allow, strengthening every muscle with extreme weightlifting. Even though he couldn't move much, the champion mentality he used to have helped him focus his passion on weights and build massive armor around his bones, making him bigger and scarier than ever. Although he admitted that he doubted his return, he fought the negative thoughts through every day, showing his will and determination. You can't keep a good fighter down, that's for sure. And this wolf still has teeth. Returning to pad work and light sparring has fueled his desire to compete even more. and watching him train shows that his leg injury is a distant memory for him. McGregor has since put a special emphasis on power punching, hand speed, and killer boxing combinations that he is no doubt eager to show the world. He even dedicated himself to sharpening the ground and pound techniques with great precision, which Conor is known for. But why is Conor taking so long to come back to the ring? Was it due to USADA, which we now know is out of the picture, leaving fans questioning, could Conor be back sooner than we thought? I came through what I came through. I am sitting on an injury and a loss. A frustrated Conor told MMA Junkie, turning his attention to his mental state, eager to fight. The reporter's question made it clear that the dispute between Conor and USADA was a done deal, and McGregor responded in his own style, delighting the audience. Interviewer said, "How happy are you that the path is actually clear now and everything is over with USADA and you're in the pool and everything is clear?" McGregor responded, "I just want the date. My date, please, that's it." Potential matchups. Thanks to his prowess and tendency to call out anyone and everyone, Conor's return could be on a variety of fronts, adding to the anticipation. Daniel Cormier stated that he still wants to see him against Makhachev. Dana White has his own visions, and McGregor, after the break, seems to want to fight everyone. As always, the Irishman aims for multiple divisions and multiple titles, giving fans constant thrills and suspense. Alexander Volkanovski, Charles Oliveira, and Justin Gaethje are just some of the famous names that McGregor wants to decapitate, and his target is also a trilogy with Nate Diaz. It remains to be seen if he'll accept whoever the UFC assigns him or if he'll choose his own opponent. The options are endless, and thinking about potential matchups makes the fan base excited. After the Ultimate Fighter season, there's every chance that the UFC superstar will enter the arena against Michael Chandler to settle their differences and give the audience what they were promised. To make things even more interesting, this matchup could be a potential title eliminator, with Chandler and McGregor both having the belt in their sights. In case of victory, Conor could face the current king of the lightweight division, Islam Makhachev, which would create a new story about his revenge against the Dagestanis and surely break pay-per-view records. Although the title shot seems unfair to the rest of the division, no one would refuse to watch this epic clash. With the movie story in the background, it's incredible to think that a new era of McGregor is coming, and the situation is heating up every day. April will be knocking on the door sooner than you think, and Conor will finally have a chance at redemption. Fans who have been faithfully waiting for him will finally get his improved version, and those who didn't want him to come back will probably still watch his match. Conor's return is decorated with superior physical form, an injury-enhanced mentality, and a thirst for blood. History is waiting to be written. McGregor's army will finally have their moment, and the sound of the Irish crowd will echo through the arenas of the world once more.